Courtney, thank you. The nurses' strike at Henry Ford Genesys Hospital in Grand Blanc is now in its 11th week. Teamsters Local 332 and Henry Ford Health have met multiple times, making little progress on reaching a new contract. Henry Ford recently declared an impasse, saying under labor law they can impose their contract offer terms while negotiations continue. So what exactly is an impasse? Mid-MichiganNow's Kyle Macon speaks with a labor relations expert to find out.
Strikes can be confusing, with a lot of language being tossed around from either side. If weeks of negotiations have passed and little progress has been made, the Federal Labor Relations Authority says an impasse can be declared.
This is something that the employer does. The union cannot declare an impasse. The employer can. And they can try to impose a contract.
Jason Koznowski is a political science professor who teaches classes on labor relations at U of M Flint. He says an impasse is an employer's way of saying they believe a contract cannot be reached with the union. It's completely legal for them to do, but the union can fight it.
The union also has the right to challenge this, and they can file an unfair labor practice under the National Labor Relations Act, saying that the employer didn't bargain in good faith.
Koznowski says if a union does fight the impasse decision and the employer is found to have violated labor laws,
penalties are very, very, very weak. It's usually just back wages.
However, if it's found that the employer had the right to declare an impasse, the strike can end and they can impose a contract, and the union workers must return to work.
The contract is imposed. I mean, these workers could be fired because they're not, once you have a contract, right, you can't go out on strike, and then they could be permanently replaced.
During some strikes, workers may accuse the company of trying to drive out the union. Koznowski says that's possible, but he calls a chance that an employer would do that very rare. Ultimately, the impasse between Henry Ford Health and Teamsters Local 332 could be decided by the Federal Labor Relations Authority, who will conduct a fair investigation and then ultimately decide how to resolve this dispute. Reporting in Flint, Kyle Macon, Mid-Michigan Now.